During the past few years, texting and driving has become a very prevalent issue in our society. In fact, texting and driving is one of the leading causes of death in our world today. Personally, I think it is very eye-opening to observe how many people actually text and drive. In order to protect yourself and others while driving, one needs to have the patience to leave their phone out while they are driving or operating a motor vehicle. The first point I would like to make is that texting and driving has become a more mainstream thing over the past few years. Along those lines, texting and driving has become more important to the younger generations. Another point that I would like to make is that 48% of all teens ages 12 through 17 have been in a car while the driver has been texting. Personally, I can also be aware that I have been in one of those situations, and I've put myself in a situation where I have texted and drove. My next point that I would like to make is that the increase in texting and driving is more prevalent in the younger generations than it is in the older generations due to the increase in cell phone use by younger people. In fact, texting by adults has increased over the last 9 months from 65% of adults sending and receiving text in September 2009 to 72% texting in May 2010. Still, adults do not nearly send the same amount of text per day that teens do. Teens often text 5 times more per day than many adults. The next point I would like to make is that there has been an increase in the number of injuries due to texting and driving, and deaths. In fact, the estimated number of people injured in distraction-related crashes rose 9% in 2012. Also, the number of people killed in distraction-related crashes fell slightly in 2011 to 3,328 from 3,360 in 2011, according to a report of the National Traffic Highway Society. My final point that I would like to make is being distracted while driving, even for a limited time, can be extremely fatal. For example, answering a text takes away from your attention for about 5 seconds. Traveling at 55 miles per hour, that's enough time to travel the length of the football field. Also, another great point is texting while driving causes a 400% increase in time spent with the eyes off the road. Texting while driving is not a thing that we should get used to in our society, and something should be done immediately. I think that all states should outlaw it, and it should be not allowed, and you should be punished for it if you do it. In conclusion, texting and driving is one of the most dangerous acts that is committed by people while in their cars. These statistics should be eye-opening to people and should ultimately cause people to stop texting and driving and to start saving people's lives. When I am driving, I ultimately want to set down my phone, turn my music on before I drive so that distraction isn't there. And if I don't, I have the temptation of wanting to text and drive when I know I shouldn't. And even in Texas, in the past 6 months, I would say, there has been a law that has been passed that says if you text and drive, you'll get fined for it. And I think that should be the case in all states, like I've said in this speech before.